the smell in this wood right now is divine. All I can smell is wild garlic, and it does indeed smell delicious. And look at this, look at these trees, little natural canopy that has been formed. Tell you what, it's a welcome break from being up on that hill and getting blasted by wind for the past half an hour. So this little woodland walk is very much welcome and beautifully well maintained as well. So I think this is National Trust. Did a fantastic job. Look at this, it's just absolutely stunning, especially when the sun comes in through the trees. That was a felled tree. We're going to be able to get through. Let's do a little bit of scrambling to get around. Or it looks like I might be able to get underneath and down there. I'll let you know. We made it. I ended up not going under it. I went around it instead. So, for anyone doing this walk in the near future, just remember this path blocked by a felled tree, and back through the woodland we go. Just coming out of it now. In front of us you'll see Studland Bay, beautiful beach, although do be warned if you're with kids, there is a nudist section. It's well marked though. You can see which part is the naturist area and which part isn't. And all the naturists, to be honest, they're all respectful. And then over in the distance over there, you see sandbanks just on that peninsula there, which is a short chain ferry across. Now sandbanks is a very expensive area of Dorset. Like people such as Harry Redknapp have had houses there in the past. I think George Clooney had a house there at one point, although I'm not 100% sure how true that is. And another fact about sandbanks is, I believe at one point in time, it actually was the more value per its size ratio than Manhattan in New York, which is pretty insane when you think about how small Sandbanks is. But you do get some absolutely lovely houses there, and they look expensive, and rightfully so. Quite a lot of them have docks on them, and I think there's one that has a helipad right on the water, which is, that's how you know that they're obscenely rich, whoever owns that place. You got cats over there, all these sheep. Follow this walk around. Now today I'm in my Hoka Anacapas. I haven't worn these boots too much, but so far they do seem to be quite comfy. Only gripe is because they're Gore-Tex, they do get very hot and sweaty. So if you're looking for a shoe to keep you from getting sweaty, I'm not sure I'd recommend the Gore-Tex version. Probably want to go for the non-Gore-Tex. Where do I go now? I think I've been led astray by this path. It's led me wrong. There you go. So shouldn't have gone down there. Should have just come up here. So on we go. Quite low branches. can tell we've had a lot of rain recently. It's very boggy. You can tell by my shoes and trousers as well. Look at that view. Something very relaxing about walking through woodland, especially when it's windy outside of the woodland, but when you're in here it's lovely and calm. So my aim of this hike is, I did actually start in Swanage, but I didn't film getting up on top of the ridge. That was a pretty steep climb, and at the moment I'm just using my phone, and it's really boggy at the moment, and quite close to the side of the cliff, so I thought it'd be safer for me just to not film anything and wait until I was up top and then stick the camera on. We've actually had a few landslides recently, so that section back there, we are actually on a section of the Southwest Coastal Path at the moment. Well, this little woodland walk is a deviation. Southwest Coastal Path is just along the coast over there, but the Southwest Coastal Path does pick up a section in Swanage. If anyone's on it at the moment and you're watching this, the path that goes through Swanage then up to Old Harry's Rocks is very boggy at the moment, and there is a couple sections where they've actually blocked it off and made a little detour, just because there's been some landslides, so parts of the path have actually eroded away and fallen down. Just thought I'd let anyone who's doing currently know for that, but other than that it's not too bad, just very steep, up some steep steps up onto the ridge. Then I think I'm going to follow the Southwest Coastal Path down into Studland, nice little village, and then I'm going to deviate off the Southwest Coastal Path and cut through the heath. Then I'm going to go up to Devil's Rock, and then from Devil's Rock I'm going to go up towards Corfe Castle, and then I'll do a loop round back into Swanage from there. So that'll be good. Now, hopefully you guys enjoyed my first video. Just to give you an idea of what I hope to feature on the channel going forward, is definitely going to get over to the Lake District and do a decent multi-day hike up there. So that'll feature wild camping, the whole shebang. Get up some Wainwrights, which I've actually never been to the Lake District before, so looking forward to that. 100% as well. We've got a Scotland trip planned. We're going to do a section of the Cape Wrath Trail. We're not going to do the whole thing. We're going to actually do a section of the West Highland Way from anyone who's Scottish. Apologies in advance. Crinelark, which is just, I think that's 3 days into the West Highland Way. We're going to start there, and then we're going to take the West Highland Way up into Fort William, and then from Fort William we're then going to pick up the Cape Wrath Trail from Glenfinnan instead. So instead of starting from Fort William, we're going to start it from Glenfinnan, and then we're not going to do all of the Cape Wrath Trail. We're just going to go up to Strathcarron. I think that'll take us around 5 to 6 days of solid hiking, wild camping, and stay in a few bothies as well. I think actually we're going to try and stay in all the bothies on the way if we can, but if not, we'll just be doing some camping. And then hopefully I want to get over to Wales as well, up to Snowdonia, and so going forward I have quite a few varied hikes, only in the UK at the moment, but I think next year I'm going to try and plan some stuff in Europe, possibly Sweden as well. which will be fun. Just arrived in Studland. Gonna see if I can get something to eat at the village store. So we'll see. I'll pick up again after. So just passing through Studland now. Just had a lovely meal in the Banks Arms. Had fish and chips to keep me going. So now I'm gonna head through Studland, down a little farmer's lane, and then into Godlingston Heath. Then from there, I'm going to go through up to Agglestone Rock, which is the rock I talked about in the last video. Its official name is Agglestone Rock, but some people call it Devil's Rock as well. Yeah, I'm going to head up there. Then I think from there I'm going to go down back into Olwell and back into Swanage. Depending on the time, I might not do that, and I might go to Corfe instead, and then go from Corfe to Swanage. But need to see about the time. But yeah, just passing through Southern now. So yeah, just coming through this little footpath now. Coming out of Studland. The stable's next to me. Through some more woodland. Nice. Prefer walking on soft terrain. Roads suck to fucking walk on. They're horrible. So we'll follow this footpath along, and then down here. Now at the moment I'm filming on my phone, but I think I'm going to switch to I've borrowed a GoPro, so I'm going to switch to filming on a GoPro. So we'll see how that is for, you know, audio and visuals, because the iPhones are good and they are super easy with, like, you got iMovie and everything, but their mics pick up all the wind. Look at this gate. Look at that. Always close the gates behind you. Okay. Law of the land. I think the footpath is just up there. So we end it here. Just check. Just coming into the trail at Godlingston Heath now. So making steady progress towards Agglestone Rock. Just following the trail, and this trail is called the National Trail. So all of this is really well maintained by the National Trust, and there's a perfect picnic spot if you're here on a sunny day and you had a picnic over there in that heath, in that little clearing. But yeah, it's fantastic. Got to protect the nesting birds, use paths, and got some information signs here about peatland here. So we're going to go ahead and go on through this gate. Closed behind me. Godlingston Heath. And here, just look at this. See this? Really pretty. Ignore the bog. Like, everyone hates bog. But this here. Some kind fellow has put a plank that I can walk along. There we go. Look at this little river crossing. Down there. Then that's the picnic spot I was on about over there. That'd be quite nice. Then the trail continues up here, which soon I think we're going to be able to see Agglestone Rock soon, because it's quite big and it sits on top of the hill, and it's all really well trailed out as well. This track's become a river, well, stream. Cleaning my boots, ended up in a bog, wet feet, who cares, not me. Alright, I'm going to put my phone down now, but I'll pick up again further down the trail. By magic, there you have it. You can see it in the distance, Agglestone Rock. So that's my destination. I'm gonna put the phone down for real now and crack on, and I'll pick up again when I made it to the rock. Just stopped here. It's got lovely views of the surrounding peatland. Just over there. Just come from down there, and look at the size of that bog. That is one big peat bog. I'm telling you now, you would not want to fall in there. You'd be in for a very muddy and bad time. So, just heading up over that trail up there. So, not very far at all. I think I'm currently on kilometre 12 of my little trip. So, I'll pick up when I'm up the top. Just continuing up the trail now. And I really love these types of trails, going through this heathland, because it's just fun to do. Like, they might be a bit wet at times, but they're just really fun. And you're gonna get wet feet regardless, no matter what hike you're on, unless it's bone dry. There's always a chance of getting wet feet. But it's just a really fun hike to do, and because it's quite popular, you meet loads of nice people. Actually, earlier I met these two Americans who, I think if I got it correct, they'd either doing or had done so far around 600 miles, which is absolutely insane. I think they're going across the UK, but a 600-mile hike is ridiculously long. Got more views of the peatland over there. They're just heading up those steps. Just some more peatland. Just did across that little bridge. For anyone interested, here's some information on the peatland and the work that goes on here. Just heading up there now. Sun's trying to come through the clouds, but it's been a pretty windy day today. I've just been in a hoodie. So yeah, let's head up these steps. Now, I'm not really expecting to get many views initially, but if anyone happens to be listening to this who isn't either a family member or a friend, it would be nice to get some feedback from people that don't necessarily know me, just because then I know that it is 100% impartial. So yeah, if you guys have any feedback or anything, that would be very much appreciated. Any tips, like if a seasoned YouTuber happens to be watching this, or a seasoned hiking YouTuber, any tips would be much appreciated. I think that'd be fantastic. And as well, I am considering, not at the moment, just because I'm too small for that, there'd be no point, but I am considering probably eventually making a Patreon, just that seems to be a very common thing that YouTubers are doing nowadays. So it'd be nice to have, just because it's another level of connection with anyone who happens to like my stuff. And as well, again, get a little bit of extra cash to spend on doing trips like this, and gear, because tell you what, gear is bloody expensive. Almost made it to the rock, just up this trail now, or stream. Look at that, lovely. There we go, we made it. Look at that view. See all across the peatland, down to civilization. Then behind us we have Agglestone Rock. A big lumbering piece of, I believe it's sandstone, but whatever it is, it's soft enough for people to carve little messages into. And all the different handholds. People come here for bouldering, as you can imagine. Just goes perfect, really. You got all the natural handholds, some that you've worn down. There was a sign somewhere around here that had information on, but it seems to have disappeared. Look at that. All the lichen has made its home on the sunny side. Pass through. Yeah, look at that. Then on the other side, the one that's shaded, there is no lichen because there's no sun for them to absorb. So they all decide to make their home on here. Agglestone rock. There we have it in its glory. And as well, there's sand. It's like being on a beach. There's sand everywhere. All down here, full of sand. So this is the way we're going now. Up that track, heading on home. This horrible gorse. I think I've got a piece in my shoe. Some of it's jabbing on me, but who cares? We'll sort out we go. Have a shower. And I'd love to know where you guys, if anyone, are from. Are you hikers? Do you do other stuff like cycling, backpacking, van life, road trips? Do you go backpacking frequently? Or if you do, where's your favourite spot to go? What country are you from? And what's the best trail in your country, in your opinion? And the nicest trail you've been on? And how long have you been hiking and backpacking for? That'd be really interesting to know. Look at that view down there. I'm gonna sign off now, and I'll pick back up when I'm further down this trail. Just some more views as the van's further on. You can actually see over there those rocks, and you can see the Southwest Coastal Path section that I hiked down to Studland on. All over there, I was up on that ridge as well, coming down, so you can really see the distance we've covered today. We're just heading home now, nice and chilled. Walk home, back down to Swanage. Just see this little message on the rock as I'm going past. June, you can do it. Indeed we can. Just walking through this tight as fuck trail. Just coming back down towards, currently heading in the direction of Corfe, but I'm going to turn off in a sec and then head down into back down into Swanage. I think I'll probably stop filming then, just because it's not that interesting, to be honest. Look, golf course. Okay, now, lovely. Bit of golf. Only got these poles though. Only golf poles, unfortunately. But yeah, I'll pick that up for what will probably be the final one. Just as I'm heading down into Orwell. There we have it. Just made it out of this trail. Just coming onto the golf course. The road's just over there. I think I'm going to end it here, just because from here on it's pretty much just walking on the road. So I don't really want to be on my phone for that, just because it's quite tight and fast, so it should be safe. And it's just Orwell and then Swanage, so now's probably a good time to end it. If you made it this far, thank you so much for sticking with me and paying attention. Hope you've seen some interesting landscape, and if you could, really appreciate if you could subscribe to my channel. I've got some loads more interesting and cool stuff planned, and mean the world to me. But yeah, have a great morning, afternoon, evening, whatever time you're currently watching this, and thank you very much. Goodbye.